without further delay, let's settle in and celebrate the beautiful, the fierce, the faithful, the fabulous, unruly folks who inspire us tonight. So we're starting with Reverend Yadi Martinez Reyna, who's a bilingual Latinx gender nonconforming minister and artist who mixes faith, justice, and a whole lot of creativity to make safe spaces shine.
Good evening. It is such a joy to introduce someone whose faith and courage and love light up every room she enters, Reverend Rhina Ramos. Born in El Salvador, Reverend Rhina Ramos is a fierce queer pastor, an activist who creates sacred spaces where Latina and LGBTQ plus immigrants are fully celebrated. And so her work reminds us that faith can be bold, justice can be tender, and love can truly change everything. And so it is an honor to celebrate the Reverend Rhina Ramos. Today, we honor Reverend Rhina Ramos, a fearless advocate, a pastor, and a lifelong champion of justice, love, and inclusion. As an immigrant and Latina leader, Rhina has dedicated her voice and vision to uplifting communities that too often go unheard. Through Ministerio Latino, Rhina created a spiritual home for LGBTQ plus Latinos, Latinas, Latines, a place of belonging, celebration, and love. Her activism spans decades, from youth empowerment to labor rights to human rights. Rhina has stood on the front lines for justice and dignity. Her strength and joy are as much a part of her leadership as her advocacy, showing us resilience and hope in every step. Reverend Rhina Ramos reminds us that faith and justice walk hand in hand, and that love is the most radical act of all. We thank her for her unwavering commitment to a more inclusive world, one where every voice matters and everyone belongs. Thank you, Reverend Rhina Ramos, for your vision, your courage, and your love.
Thank you, Yari, for preparing that beautiful introduction. And the only way you can do it with art and images. And thank you, LGBTQ Religious Archives Networks, for this recognition. When I first arrived in the United States at age 14, not knowing what was ahead, I couldn't ever imagine the life I have lived. However, when you live your life guided by your heart, it is inevitable to manifest love. My coming out story is the story of many who confuse Christian faith with condemnation. Until grace opened my eyes and my heart, I was able to reclaim my holiness and my divine right to be whom I am. I went from being a fanatical Christian, born-again, homophobic, closeted lesbian to being a holy troublemaker. When I understood God's love was vaster than the one that I had ever conceived, my narrow worldview collapsed. When I accepted God's unconditional love, that's when I got a calling, and I became an ordained pastor by the United Church of Christ. And what I needed it to do was clear. I was to plant the first Spanish-speaking LGBTQ faith community in Oakland, California, for people like myself, Latino queer immigrants, And doing this work of liberation fills my heart every day. Seeing people reclaim their right to express their faith, regaining their human dignity, accepting God's love is beyond any of my expectations. This life that has been guided by my heart is one that I will not trade for anything else. Thank you very much.